UNUS ANNUS, one of the craziest YouTube projects to ever be seen on the platform. A channel that you would put so much effort, one video every day for an entire year, and each one fully edited, and all ranging from all sorts of topics, and all engaging and all interesting, just to delete it at the end. A timer set from the start, knowing that's going to be erased from the internet. Now, why would anyone do this? Well, I think it all starts from two people, Ethan Nestor and Mark Fishbach, or as most commonly known, Markiplier and Great Gameplays. You see, they both wanted to make a new channel, or at least a new project, and I think it slowly just kind of merged together, first committing to making one video a day on this one channel, and then I think Markiplier had the idea to actually delete it at the end, and slowly it kind of just merged towards. But somehow, out of all the projects Markiplier has done, and he is now even creating a movie, UNUS ANNUS is still one of his greatest projects, proven by his recent interview on Press Escape podcast.
Yeah, what are you most proud of?
Yeah, what are you most proud of in your career?
UNUS
So far.
ANNUS. UNUS ANNUS probably. Yeah, I would say.
Oh, that breaks my heart.
That was...
To say UNUS ANNUS was successful would be an understatement. After uploading one video every day, 365 videos, it got 867 million views and almost 5 million subscribers, only within a year, and that is just so mind-blowing to me. But actually creating UNUS ANNUS, I think they knew from the beginning it wasn't going to be easy. You see, they created UNUS ANNUS right before COVID, November 13th, 2019. Already there's such a setback, being so contained already and having to keep doing these videos every day. I can't imagine how you would keep creating motivation for yourself, but they did it. And it truly was a hard commitment, making sure that you both can get together every day and have a new idea every day, fully edited. And I think the last commitment, it has to be the hardest, is actually ending it. That was a commitment. That was obvious from the start. At the end of every video, there's a timer that slowly ticks down to the end. It wasn't that they just knew. Everyone knew. Everyone saw the timer at the end of every video. But the more UNUS ANNUS kept uploading, people kept getting more attached. The more it got popular. And I think the incentive of it ending attracted a lot more people. But the more videos that came out, the more interesting it became, the more actual highlights I still see today. They probably shouldn't be able to see it today, but you can if you really look hard enough. But I think people also got drawn in by something that isn't usual for a channel like this. You see, UNUS ANNUS was kind of just a normal YouTube channel. Well, maybe not always what they do, like cooking with adult toys was one of their first videos. Really introducing what is about to occur on this channel. But for the most part, it was normal videos.
You know I'm bacon.
However, sometimes you got a weird scene, almost a cinematic shot. Something from a movie. It was telling a story. You see, in UNUS ANNUS, you're not seeing Mark and Ethan. You're seeing UNUS and ANNUS. You're seeing characters. You're seeing actors. You're seeing two people in a story, which already incentivizes that there's something more here. There is a story at play.
Maybe. Is anything that we do? Does it have a point? In the end, it'll all be dust.
I think that's why people got drawn into the idea that it can't end. This can't be the end. There's a story being told here. Maybe there's a way to prevent it. And, well, that idea really got attached. You see, not only was there things in the channel and descriptions and little secrets here and there that might hint at a way to stop the end, there was also a video uploaded by MatPat, really pushing the idea that we could possibly stop the end, stop the counter, but that ruins kind of the meaning of the channel. You see, on top of having a goofy channel where you upload every day, you have one of the most important meanings that comes out of UNUS ANNUS: memento mori. See, UNUS ANNUS in Latin is 1 year, but they also have another phrase that's in Latin, well, memento mori, and it means remember that you have to die. It's kind of sad when you think about it. People really got attached to the idea that we could stop the end, even though it's inevitable. Every video, you saw the timer click down, and people kept trying to find a way, kept trying to look into the secrets. However, you weren't appreciating the videos anymore. You see, you saw the counter every day. Every time you watched the video, you saw it tick down, and yet people were so driven to find a way to stop the counter instead of seeing what is inevitable and just appreciating the videos as they were. And I think this is really proven by videos they post to this day. You see, UNUS ANNUS, if you look it up right now, is gone. You can't find it. However, every year on the day of its death, they upload a video. It's been different, and from the two I've seen, the first one was Mark talking to a coffin, the coffin of the channel. Ethan does one as well, but the most recent video had a bit more activity to it. It was thumping again and again and again, showing life, showing that again, even after the end, people saw the channel die, saying that it is inevitable, you can't end it. Yet I saw people get so driven back to see that maybe there's a reboot. But you see, another comments from that Press Escape podcast actually really driven the idea that it's not.
This last video had some thumping in there.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful it means something.
Yeah,
surely.
the point is to get people hopeful so that we rip it away again.
Oh my god, that's so dark.
I can say that out loud and spoil it, and no one will believe me because everyone will be like, "But he's just playing it real secret," and like it's not coming back, and we've said that a million times.
I'm here for
right?
the emotional edging.
For how harsh that might seem to some people, it's what kind of has to be done to tell this story. You see, when they say memento mori, they really push the idea that you have a timer in life. There's an invisible timer. There's a day that you will die. And we saw the timer on UNUS ANNUS, and people got really fixated, really hyped up, and tried to find a way. Or even people that just saw the channel as it is, was committed to watching video every day. Yet, we don't have that same drive for the timer on our lives. We don't wake up and see a timer. We don't wake up and see that, oh, I have this many days left. So we take our lives for granted. Just think about how many time you spent looking on your phone or just laying down doing nothing. How much time you actually spend doing something. If that's going out, if that's doing school, if that's really doing something you want. Maybe that is playing video games, but that's a passion you have. That's something you want to actually do. It's actually committing. That's what UNUS ANNUS was. It was a commitment. It was hard. And the fact that to this day, they take down videos, they take down re-uploads. And it's not so they can preserve it for them and make money. UNUS ANNUS is gone. They don't make profit from it anymore. However, they still commit to taking down those videos because to have a good story, you must have an end. There must be an end. I think recently, at least, stuff like Disney movies, we keep seeing reboots, and for shows, we keep seeing it go on and on and on. But however, I think an ending can be what a good show is. I think Breaking Bad is an amazing show with an amazing ending. And however, you can say how many good parts was in that show, but I still think the ending really wrapped it up and really proved how good the show was. But take example, Game of Thrones. I'm sorry if that caused you some little PTSD of what I'm about to say, but this show, almost all the seasons was really good. But I think nobody can deny that the last season was just a pure dumpster fire. It was really bad and really disappointing. It had multiple reasons why it was the way it was, but for a lot of people, they can't rewatch the show anymore because it had such a terrible ending. I think an ending of a story has so much value in it. It can really prove what it's worth. If UNUS ANNUS did come back, if they did somehow make UNUS ANNUS 2, it wouldn't be the same. Or maybe it is, but we wouldn't value the first one the same at all. Knowing that there's another show coming just like it, the exact same one, it wouldn't give you that same entertainment, the same value. It wouldn't stay as close to your heart. You see, with the video being taken down, UNUS ANNUS is really something that you had to be there. You really did have to be there. I think that's also another way to give it value. We all have, little inside jokes we say that it's valuable, maybe not even because of what the joke is about, but just the fact that it's an inside joke between you and whomever else knows. It's something special. For how much I would want a reboot of UNUS ANNUS, I don't want it to reboot, because that would ruin the entire point of UNUS ANNUS. It would ruin the memento mori. It would ruin the end. It would ruin the entire story. I don't know. The saying memento mori, I should have a counter at this point how many times I say memento mori, but it really does say something about our lives. Imagine you have a book of your life. We live on average 78 years. I really can't rely on this. This is the first number I saw on the internet. But if you put that in a matter of days, there's a bit over 28,000 days. And that's a whole lot. If we saw that on a bulletin board and say, that's the day we are going to die, we wouldn't be freaking worried. We'd be 28,000? That's forever. That might as well be immortality. But 3 years? Already over 1,000 days. It's fast. It really does creep up on you. You see, life is just... It goes by way faster than you think. And at least for me, most certainly has been years of my life where an entire year went by and it felt like I didn't do anything. See, we always have that thing we want to do. Maybe it's just an idea, but we push it off, saying it's impossible. However, maybe that shouldn't be what we should do. You see, we all come up with bad ideas, or maybe a project that's dumb, and we may even come out with a product that isn't great. You see, I may upload a video that's just garbage, but I at least would rather say I did it. I posted that instead of not doing anything at all. You see, even if this channel doesn't succeed, even if this channel doesn't grow as much as I would want it or enough to be a full-time job, at least I can say I tried. I did it. I did something I wanted to do. We have such a little amount of our lives, and it just takes a year of commitment to really get me an answer, at least for this. I feel like a lot of us don't value our lives as much as we do, and no one can really blame you. Life is long. Maybe not in the grand scheme of things, but life is still really long. We still have so many different journeys and paths to go through. You may go through different careers. However, I think for a lot of us, there's some point in our life where we stop. If that's either caused by some trauma or if that's burnout, there's usually something that makes us not feel driven anymore. That doesn't make us want to create or expand our lives, but that's dangerous. It really is. For how much time we think we have, it's really not a lot. And I think if you could take one thing away from UNUS ANNUS, it's that our lives is short and way more valuable than we could ever think it is. Mark and Ethan took an entire year of their lives to commit to this. One of the reasons why it's one of his most best and most favored and closest to his heart projects is because it's something where he can say he did it. He had this crazy idea. He did this for an entire year, every day, recording, making a video idea, recording, editing, submitting, every day, fully edited, like every other video. And at the end, after 867 million views, after 5 million subscribers, after 365 videos, to delete the channel, to a final commitment, to wrap up a true story. After watching that interview, after seeing the thumping of the coffin, seeing people have their hopes up again, it really does prove that we may have to let go. Death is inevitable. We can't change it and we can't end it. For how much we want it back, I think it's the absence of it. It's the loss that makes it so valuable to us. And to say that it was a good memory and to hold it close to our hearts and move on might be the best option. It's not meant to come back. That wasn't the point of it. If it came back, we would not value it. It's remembering that all things shall die. All things will die. And to remember that is to really value everything. It's a matter of, should we really hate that one person for doing something for years on end? Is it even worth it? Is it worth doing a dead-end job for months, if not years, just to get a money? Is it worth going to the career that can sustain you for years in your entire life, even if you don't like it? You see, I feel like there's so many creative people out there that have so many good ideas that just don't commit to it. There's so many more creative people in the world, way more than we could ever guess. And for a lot of the time, I don't even think that's people that just happen to be successful, but it's people that's happened to commit long enough to see it. Some people are lucky. Some people go on YouTube, make a few videos within a few months, and instantly get famous. And there are some people that do it for years on end and see a little outcome of it. But Even if you don't get an amazing outcome, at least you said you could do it. At least you did something that held so dear to your heart and you had so much hope of it that you did it. Because life is short. You really do have to live it to your fullest. Hi, you want more videos like this? Well, I don't really post videos like this. I post a lot of really dumb videos because that's just who I am, but that's really fine. But I do still have good content. I streamed Elden Ring for 24 hours straight, and in the middle, you can literally see me start dying inside, being loopy, going in boss fights, and literally almost start falling asleep right there on the spot. It's kind of funny to look back on it. And I also play a lot of horror games, going from Lethal Company to Phasmophobia. Either way, I hope you really do enjoy, and if you don't come back, I hope you take what you saw from this video to your heart, because it does mean a lot. Stay safe.
Uh-oh. I cannot believe. Oh, no one's ever come up to the door just out of random.